But first, I'm going to do. Have you guys heard the song called "Split and Slide"? This is a song that is permanently brain damaging, and I'm living proof of that. But, it actually is the first. I'm going to do the first one. There's actually a split and slide number 2, and now there's, after all these years, there's a split and slide number 3. And it's about a couple of characters that get into all kinds of trouble and miraculously get out. And except in split and slide number 2, I start borrowing characters like Leo and Leona, who I sang about earlier. And, some of my other characters from some of my other songs, and then I borrow Poncho and Lefty and Mr. Mudd and Mr. Gold from towns. They get into the song, and it just started gathering more and more characters, and the song just went on and on. It got to like 10 minutes and 10, 11 minutes, and I couldn't figure out how to end the song, and I was going, oh man, what have I got into here? But finally, I took a break for about 2 or 3 days from writing and working on it, and came back and went, wow, I got it figured out. I'll just kill them all off at the end. Like a, B grade movie, they're gone, poof. And so I did, and it took a verse to tell how they all die in these ridiculous ways, And then I thought I was, feeling great relief for a week or 2, and then I started waking up in the morning having these kind of dreadful visions of split and slide number 3. Where they all go up to the pearly gates and crash through the pearly, break through the gates and set fire to everything and put the fires out and set fires again, and they just were raising hell up there, and they all get kicked out and reincarnated with split personalities. So Split and Slide 3 is totally insane. It's like more and more they get, it's just layer cakes of misery and ridiculousness. And you guys know what a palindrome is, right? Yeah. Technically something spelled the same frontwards and backwards, but there's also word palindromes. So in Split and Slide 3, I've written this perfect word palindrome. It's an entire verse. And I got to tell you about this but it's a Split and Slide decide they're going to give each other watchdogs for Christmas presents. Where's the... He would like to hear this story. That's how you call a dog, sort of. Well, anyway, so Split wants a really mean dog that just bites through metal and retrieves cars. Doesn't just chase them. But and Slide wants a little yappy pup. Just kind of wakes him up in the morning. And they're going to ship them to each other UPS. It takes 8 or 9 verses to tell the whole story here, and then it sums it up in this. Word palindrome, which goes like this. Split ship slide, that dog that bites nobody around, all sure makes it tough. That's when down, 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 down dogs sit. Sit dogs down, 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 down. When that's tough, it makes sure all around nobody bites that dog that slides ship split. I actually did it backwards that time. I bet you didn't catch it. So anyway, I finally, after years and years of putting it off, I finally finished writing Split and Slide number 3 a couple of summers ago, and then last summer I performed it, the only time it's been performed, and it clocked in at 36 minutes. So
do the trilogy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I have to rehearse it, but I refuse to rehearse it. It's painful to rehearse. But so basically, the deal is, I figured out that I've invented this whole new genre of music. It's called hard listening. You laugh now. But anyway, I'm going to do the first one that started off this whole mess. And I remember waking up one morning and there were like 5 or 6 sheets of verses to this song, and I had to just infer that I had written them. I did not remember writing them, and apparently I'd done that the night before. Woke up, wow. And so I got it together and kind of vaguely remembered and worked out a few more verses. And this will be your test, your hard listening test. It's not like this. It's like, well, it is. It is. It's some things get by you pretty quick. You know, they're like, and they're gone. So, but that's just kind of like life is. You know? So this is what started it all right now. Split and Slide were gliding along. They were hot-footing it and singing a song at the top of their lungs, at the top of their voice. They needed some help because they had no choice but to lie a little to everybody they met. Well, Split would swear and Slide would curse, and things got better and things got worse. They rambled around from town to town. They gambled and they laid their money down. They lost a little to everybody they bet. But you know, Split didn't mind, Slide didn't care. They knew everybody's got a burden to bear, and theirs was simple. They were born to lose. So Split started getting some bright ideas, and believe it or not, Slide got his, and the next thing you knew, they decided to pick and choose. So Split, he picked the proper time, and Slide picked a good high mountain to climb. They got it halfway up, then they came back down. Split, he slipped and started to slide, and Slide, he slipped and split his side and said, Split, let's keep our feet on level ground. You can't always toe the line, baby, you can't always tell the time, and the circumstance is gonna change right to wrong. You can't always win a fight, honey, you can't always see the light, and a rose cannot bloom the whole year long. Now, Split had a daughter named Lame Eileen, and Slide had a son he'd never seen, and that worthless little fella was known by the name of Slick. Well, Eileen and Slick, they chanced to meet in the middle of the river in the summer heat. They just bumped heads going for an innocent swim. Slick said, marry me just for fun. His brain had been boiling in the blazing sun, but Eileen took it seriously and she accepted him. Split had to give the bride away, and he did so, and then he backed away. In that old hot church he went and stood by the fan. And then Slick and Slide came down the aisle. They were out of order, walking single file, but somehow it all seemed to fit in the preacher's plan. Yeah, the preacher said, Lord, help us now and bless this holy wedding vow. Slick said to himself, the Lord either will or he won't. The preacher said, Slick, you take her for your bride. Slick looked at her and then he looked at Slide. He was supposed to say I do, but he said I don't. Well, about that time, Split hit the fan, lost a thumb and a finger off of his right hand, went screaming right out of that church and throwing a fit. And then Slick and Slide, they saw their chance to get out of that ill-fated fool's romance. They all went running down the road, lickety-split, yeah. You can't always toe the line, baby, you can't always tell the time, and the circumstance is gonna change right to wrong. You can't always win a fight, honey, you can't always see the light, and a rose cannot bloom the whole year long. Now, Split and Slide were tired and sore and sick and tired of being so poor. If money was rain, they'd been a 7-year drought. Split said, Slide, that's par for the course. You talk like a dog, I talk like a horse, and this here's a coming straight from the horse's mouth. Here's what he said. He said, one place is as good as the next, I swear. 2 places are better than anywhere. So I'll meet you there, you meet me here, and we'll rob the Bank of America. Slide said, Split, that's a pretty good plan. He stood right up and he shook his hand, said, all we're gonna need is a little bit of help from Erica. Well, that was his girl, and she was from way down south, with a look in her eye, a drawl in her mouth, and they all agreed she'd be the inside man. You know, Erica, she got to thinking it through and decided that the best thing for her to do was to keep her job and turn those 2 fools in. Yeah, Erica sort of sold him down the river. Split Split had about a half a mind to forgive her, but Slide had the presence of mind to say, let's split. Split. So split they did, and they went and they hid down a dirty alley underneath the garbage lid, and they laid low till the trash man came. Well, I guess they ran plumb out of luck. They got loaded up in that garbage truck and were rock and rollin' right to the other side of town. They drove them down to the old dump yard and dumped them out. Man, they landed hard, splitting by Slide, right side upside down. You can't always toe the line, baby, you can't always tell the time, and circumstance is gonna change right to wrong. You can't always win a fight, honey, you can't always see the light, and a rose cannot bloom the whole year long. Now Split was down without much hope, and Slide was out to the end of his rope. They'd both just about give up at trying to win. Yeah, the two of them started seeing double. They didn't have the energy to deal with trouble, so their rambling days came quickly to an end. They started into singing again in a smoky old bar in the very back end, and a few small tips and a drink was all their pay. But even that got a little too slow, and it left them with nowhere else to go but through the back screen door of an old cafe. That's where Split sings, no Slide sings harmony all alone, and Split keeps playing Slide's trombone, and the customers all come in for a bite to eat. They complain about the service and the price of toast, but the words from them you're gonna hear the most is that Split and Slide, man, they never miss a beat.